Hey guys, Zach here. Before we start, just wanted to let you know that ran into a bit of a problem with this one. There's about 4 separate clips here. Twitch cut out a couple of times, so if you hear this music, get ready for a fade. Alright, we're ready to go. See you guys. Here I am, doing everything I can. As you probably hear, let me switch over. That's it. Oh. It's actually, I think probably okay. On your side, it's probably a little loud for me, unfortunately. Let me raise that up. Let me lower that a little bit. That's better. That's right. We're gonna play some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 plus 2 a little earlier, a few months back, for the channel. And I had a ton of fun with that, so I figured why not continue on. But not only are we going to look at this version that you're looking at here, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, for the PlayStation 2, if we don't get demonetized before then, we're also going to take a look at the PS1 and the Game Boy Advanced versions of this game, because I think that the ports for the Tony Hawk games are really, really neat. Alright, let's skip that intro video. Let's load into our main menu here. Now, I am playing this game. We're playing here on RetroArch using the PCSX2 core. I'm not too familiar with this stuff, so forgive me if that's not entirely accurate. This game was really, really neat because it had a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't in the first 2 games. Mainly Network Play and Creator Skater, neither of which... okay, let's take a look at the Creator Skater. Just because we're going to wait a little bit for stream to start here. Of course. Oh, no, I literally just reached for my keyboard. That's not going to work. Oh, it doesn't look like we get capitals. Oh, wait, yes, we do. I forgot, in these old Tony Hawk games, not only does the keyboard alphabetical, but the lowercase and uppercase letters were separated just by being separate. So I'm going to make our skater here Mr. Back Select. Yeah, we're from California. Let's make ourselves 30 years old. Yeah, we'll keep ourselves. Oh boy. Did the main menu sound just loop? Yeah, we just hit a loop here. Now, the trick style, vert versus street, is basically going to be which trick set you use. There's a couple of different ones. I like the street style better. It's a lot of quicker tricks for you to get out in the middle of your combos. Vert trick styles tend to have more tricks that you can hold. We're going to be regular just cuz, and we're never going to push Mongo. Oh, you know what? I'm not doing all this. Nope. Alright, let's choose our skater. So if we're not going to be back select, we got the Birdman himself, Tony Hawk. He has good starting stats. Steve Caballero. Oh man, this is bringing me back. Reem Campbell, Room Glifberg. Look at that hair. Look at that PS2 visor and hair. I do have this upscaled. We're hitting about 1080 on the resolution here. About 3 times scaling just to clean it up. RetroArch did apply a widescreen patch. I'm not entirely sure what that involves. Oh, we gotta go with our man Rodney here. We gotta. Look at him. Look at his t-shirt. Alright. So, enough of me yapping. Let's just get straight into it. Now, Tony Hawk 3, like the first 2, we got a bunch of levels. We got a bunch of goals. In those levels, we're going to fly through, and we're going to see what we have in store. Now, I'm not going to fly through this game like I did the first 2. I just don't have that level of experience in this game. Looks like our goals are pretty standard. Secret tape. Now, I don't remember how to get the secret tapes. That Maxalex in the chat here, do a kickflip. They say. I am going to do a kickflip. That one's for you. Okay, we're in it. And within one combo, we did a score. Now, my usual strategy, and like I said, I'm not going to fly through this game just because I can't. So this is going to be a bit more of a casual playthrough. We don't have 2 campaigns to fly through anyways. So, the thing that made Tony Hawk 3 special at this point in the game is this trick that I'm going to do right now called the revert. You'll notice I can chain my combo together down through quarter pipes. This has been a revelation to absolutely nobody since the year 2001 in which this game came out. But at the time, it was super duper important because it was like the final chain in like the combos, right? Oh no. All right, what's our goal here? Okay, we actually got all the scores. So let's see what other goals we have. 50-50 TC's rail, soak the foreman, grind the molten bucket, unjam 5 valves. We might be able to get TC's rail, and which I believe is this one. I think it's this one. It's either that one or the other one. Okay, yep. That was it. We can get a couple of those skate levels. This level, like the first couple before it, was a bit of on the smaller side. Like the warehouse and the hangar, it is more of an indoor location. Oh. And it's pretty small. It's one of the smaller levels in Tony Hawk 3. But, oh, okay, that's how we do it. We gotta go through the quarter pipe. Can you not manual down a pipe? Not normally. Like, I can, right? But if I do that, then it breaks my combo. Okay. K's right here. We should be able to do that with a couple seconds left. All right. All right. And that performance was enough to unlock a new level. We're not going to go there just yet. I'm going to try to do some of the other goals in this level first. New record. New record! That was not my best. When I'm alone here, I feel like I can't, like, I'm acutely aware of all the sounds around me. I feel like I can't just let loose. Memory card in slot 1 is unformatted. Yeah, let's format that. We got this off-brand Mad Catz memory card from some guy outside of a GameStop in a van. Half the price. All right. So. Okay, don't. I think it might be because I'm playing as Rodney Mullen, or it might be because I didn't use the ramps. But I didn't have quite the air for that. Now, I feel like a fake fan because I don't instantly remember all the names of the songs in this soundtrack, but every single one of them was great. This is actually the... Okay, so it's not the first Tony Hawk game that I played as a kid. This came out, like I said, in 2001. I was about 5-ish, depending on the day. How do I soak the foreman? But like I had played, do I gotta grind that? I think maybe. I played the first game. Oh yeah, I think it is just that. Yep, there it is. That's fun. That sound is iconic. That's been burned into my memory. Now, we gotta do the bucket, and we can only do it when the bucket is going like it just was. We gotta wait for another cycle. I'm not gonna be able to get the valves done, so hopefully we can get one more good cycle in. Get our stream taken down by jamming out a little bit. What I don't know is how often this. Okay, here we go. For this goal, there's 2 little like spokes on the outside of that molten lava bucket. Our job is to grind them. There we go. We get a little voice cue. These were always cute. This was like... This was the sort of shit that was like, oh, Tony Hawk's on the PS2 now. Right. It's funny because at this point in the game, the double kick flips and the double heel flips and double impossibles were like bonus special tricks they were labeled as. And they take way longer to get out than they do in later entries of the franchise, right? So I can't just spam them. And my first instinct is just to spam them all the time. And so I tend to bail a little bit more often than I do in more modern entries. Is my excuse for this game. As to why I'm not going to do as well. Alright. I believe the only goal we have is to do the 5 valves. We got 2 minutes to do so. And I don't quite remember where they are. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is Del the Funky Homo Sapien with If You Must. A song about showering. Probably my favorite song about showering. Wash your hair if you must. So yeah, just another variation on the roll around and collect something goal type. And the fun thing about this is when we do that, we unlock a new area in the map. That happens a lot in this game. I mean, it happened a lot in the other 2. But it's like 1 a level or something in this game, at least as far as I can remember. I believe this is where our last stat point is hidden. What? What is... Oh, no. I was too vain. I was looking at my dumb face in the OBS window over here, instead of looking at my grind meter. I got a balance. So the one thing that I'm noticing that they did not put into this game at this point is the ability to flatten yourself. And what I mean by that is when you get into the air, right? Like when you go off a ramp, you can't, if you end up like flinging yourself in some random direction, is this not where the stat point is? Is there a, oh, I thought that's where the stat point was. Oh, you know where it probably is? I don't think we're gonna have enough time. Yeah, got all the time in the world. I've only been going for 13 minutes. I think I've been in this level for less than 10. It's probably on the 2nd level up there. See that? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know that we have the experience to get up there just yet. You see that? Yeah. You know what? I think we can live without it. As much as I do want to keep listening to that song. Alright. I think we did alright. We did 9 out of 9 goals. We got 4 out of 5 stat points. We didn't get the secret deck. I'm not really going to go for the secret decks. I don't care enough. We're only going to be visiting this game for today. Alright. 2nd level, Canada. We're going to get a couple points. Secret tape. That we could do that one in my sleep. They've put this level into like 4 or 5 different Tony Hawk games at this point. Dad asks, is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 a Metroidvania? Can you come back once you get the double jump? I think that is true. We have to unlock the secret stat point ability before we go back to earlier levels. I love Canada. Oh, man. I love Canada. It's one of my favorite maps in these series. It's like... It's a good size. It doesn't feel super empty, though. Like, it feels relatively dense for how big it is. And I think this is the level also, like, that when you, like, first play this game, because, like, the Foundry, you load in, right? And it's fun, and you get these goals, but it's very familiar. And then you load into this game, and you come from the PS1, right? With those draw distances, and we're going to see some of that later. But, like you just see the draw distances and everything, and then you load into this and you can see the whole level, and it's giant, and there's like 3 different zones. There's like this area over here. And at least if you were me and you were like 6 years old, you looked at this and you were like, wow, this is the best video game ever. And you know, even after all this time, I would probably entertain a case for this being the best video game ever. I don't know that I'd make that argument, but I think it is there to be made. Oh, come on. Okay. So if we grind this thing, we're going to raise the quarter. We're going to raise the half pipe, sorry. Over here. I think I've told this story on the last Tony Hawk stream that I did. But I pretty much blame Tony Hawk, the series, not the person, for single-handedly... Oh no! That was our secret tape chance. For single-handedly getting me into underground rap. It was actually really funny when I first got to college and I started listening to some of that stuff again. You know, Atmosphere, Aesop Rock, Living Legends. It was really funny how I was starting to discover that stuff, and I'd put on like an album, right? And I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take a listen to this today. And I'd play it on the album, and like 3 or 4 tracks in, and I'd like my ears would perk up, and I'd just be like, wait, was that? Have I heard this before? And it was from Tony Hawk, every single time. And this happened, and I'm not kidding you, like 4 or 5 times. Learning like, oh wow, the music that I like actually like. I sort of rediscovered it, and I know it's not independent, right? Like nothing happens in a vacuum, but it was just funny, like rediscovering that. I ended up liking the stuff that Tony Hawk said that I should have all these years ago. Okay, what do I got to do? Nose grind around the horn. I can go up and do that. 120 points should be easy. Get Chuck unstuck. Bury the bully and impress the skaters. Okay. I don't know how to do all of these, but I should be able to at least get the score. Right, let's get Chuck. I think this is going to bury the bully. No, it's not. I don't remember how to bury the bully. We can get Chuck, though. Chuck's getting unstuck. It's amazing how, well, when I'm not being bad, I was about to say, it's amazing how good this still feels for being a over 20-year-old game at this point. Like the PS1 games show a little bit of their age, I think, in a way that this game kind of doesn't. Like it looks pretty dated, but otherwise, it feels great. Oh no! Oh, my hubris. That would have been enough. That would have been enough. Oh well. I always do switch first, and then we're going to do speed, air, hang time, because we got to get that stat point in the foundry. All right. Let's give that another go. Oh, yeah, this is the track. This is where, like, every single song, and it's going to happen. I know it already, that just every single song is going to be like, it's going to be like Randy playing Nier. Every single song is like, this is the best song in the game. Hell yeah. So really, now if I really wanted to get the high points, if I was really caring, I'd go into my specials menu and configure those. Now the specials is really where you get all the points, right? You get like 1,000,000 points for, and that's not true. You get a bunch of points for doing them. I don't know what these guys want. I forget how to impress these guys. Is it landing next to them, or is it... Because that didn't do it. This is the best track. Ace of Spades. That has to do it. Unless that was the skater that I just impressed. No, that was all the way back there. You know what? I think I'm just going to not do that one. Let's nose grind around the horn. Alright. Now let's go around the horn. Oh, I really need to do this speed. Okay, yep, we did bury the bully. Yep, I did it. Exactly as we drew it up. Let's celebrate our victory. I gotta get around the horn. How do I do that? Honestly, I think I can just, like, jump off the map here. It'll probably spawn me up there. Yep. Alright, now where do I go for this? Right here. And we have to nose grind. That one's fun because it brings us to the deck. Okay. Did we get all of the stat points? I'm not sure. I think we got most of them. Is that one over there? Nah, but I think that's probably gonna do it for Canada. Which is really a shame, because I feel like we just kind of blew through this, and this is one of the better levels. Alright. Well, we got a lot to look forward to, so... Look at that photo. That's going to be on the cover of Thrasher in a few weeks. Alright. Why do I keep saving? I guess just in case RetroArch crashes. It is prone to do that. Alright, Rio, it's first of the competition levels. Like last time, we just got to get a high score. We have a minute to do so. We got to do it a couple of times in a row. Best 2 out of 3 scores count, so we can forfeit the third if we're confident on our first 2. Fails hurt scores, so let's try not to do that. I always thought it was funny, these competition levels, like especially Rio, because this skate park could really be anywhere. Alright, that's going to hurt my score, because that was a bail. Alright. Maybe if we get 2 good scores, we can worry about the stat points on the, we can worry about the stat points on the third run here. Because I do not remember what scores we need to pass. I would imagine about 150 to 200 would get me a good score on this first one. I'm not exactly sure. But it looks like that's what we're going to get. This level's fun, I think, because it has this outside ring here full of like 30 different things to grind, which means no matter what you do, you're pretty much never going to miss, because each one of those different sides of each ledge is a different place to grind. Oh no, that's gonna hurt my score. That says, what is my thoughts on the timed levels like these first 3 Pro Skaters and the unlimited frame realm levels in the future games? I actually like the format. Call this sacrilege. What was my score? I was not even paying attention. Oh well. Call it sacrilege, but I actually like the later games a little bit more. These timed levels, I've gotten a little better at them because I've memorized them, but I think there's just a lot of times where it just isn't fun because learning how to do the goals, I don't think is the fun part. Executing them is, so there's that sort of balance, right? In the other levels, they experimented with the format a couple of times, and like, eventually I hope to get to them. I want to play the rest of these, but even among the later games, that format of like free roam the levels and then you pick a goal, they changed that a couple of times, even within the games. Like in the next game, Tony Hawk 4, it's quite literally that. You run up and you pick a goal, and they're very similar, right? And that, it's kind of fun. They get a little better after that. Underground 2, I think, was actually really interesting because it was the only one where you didn't walk up to a person and get a goal. They gave you a list of things that you needed to do. And that was a really interesting way to do it, I think. And I really enjoy Tony Hawk's Underground 2. It's one of my favorite entries, despite the silly jackass stuff that is a bit controversial about that game. But the forum I actually really liked. I think it combined one of the big pros of this style of Tony Hawk game is that once you know what you're doing, the potential for linking all those goals together, the fun you get for devising, sometimes on the fly, you know? And I don't even mean like you plan it, because I'm certainly not good at planning it. This run isn't going to do it. Just the near limitless potential for linking these goals together in fun and exciting ways, like seeing how many you can do, is one of the strengths of these earlier Tony Hawk games, and it's something that later one, Tony Hawk Underground 2, I thought anyways, was sort of able to recapture. And then they never revisited again. That's actually not true. They did a little bit of that in Project 8. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I do plan to play the rest of these. Alright. Woo! I love this awkward shot, because if you just hold here for a while and you think about the implications of this, like, just a bunch of people standing around Rodney Mullen, like, woo! Yeah! And by a bunch, I mean like 10, right? So it's like, and he doesn't say anything, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't even like pose, everyone's just kind of like cheering. Just really awkward. In a way that I don't think you're supposed to think about as much as I just did. Alright. So, I am going to play that one just a couple more times, just to try to get as many of the stat points as I can. We'll see how many I get, because these ones are a little tricky. A lot of them involve the wires. Maybe I can launch off this rail if I'm careful. Oh, I think I can do that. But I don't remember this song. Oh, I don't hate it though. Oh. I don't know how to get up on these wires. Okay, that's how you get up on the wires. We got one more. Maybe I'm supposed to do something like that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Got the stat points. And then we're going to go visit a couple of cool places. Just to show off the level, to make this feel more complete. This is archival work we're doing here, folks. So, it's a pool. I don't know. This is the deck's here, so that's cool, I guess. But that's something I really liked about the skate games later on, right? When 2009 and the 2010s rolled around, was that a hidden like bowl like that actually felt like a cool reward. Because skating a bowl is inherently fun in Skate in a way that I don't think it is in Tony Hawk. So having that like hidden away like that kind of doesn't do it for me. And I don't think we can get out of bounds here. In some of the later games, I think there was some cool like out of bounds glitches you could get to, and it's cool, I guess, but I think that's gonna do it. What? Although now that I'm looking at it, what the hell is blocking this over here? I don't think that's supposed to be like that. I think it's supposed to be a tree. Man, my PS2 must be overheating. Alright. So we're getting pretty close to halfway through this game here. Oh, I didn't place. Maybe next time. Damn. Okay, Suburbia. This might be my least favorite level in the game. It's just a lot of open flat areas I don't love. Some of the things that it asks you to do are kind of obtuse, I think. But it has the Thin Man quest, and that's... Thin Man quest is something of a Tony Hawk classic. Alright. So, first run, always just going to be high score, and maybe skate if we're lucky. Ooh, maybe we'll do the Thin Man just because. Thin Man needs his key. Wait, his key? That's... What sort of hocus pocus? What sort of hocus pocus ROM did I download? I mean, rip from my PlayStation 2 disc. See even where it's at? I found an axe. I was kidding you guys. The key was an axe. The voice mixing in this is a little weird. I wonder if that's a feature of the emulator or not. And then he fucking goes to hell. He gets dragged back through the gates of the underworld, and we get to skate in the Haunted Mansion. They even get a cool triple kickflip. Right. Not only that, for our efforts... Oh no! Okay, we got the tape. The flashing in that is something else. I don't think that's supposed to look like that. You know. Maybe 3 times the resolution wasn't the best. That's funny though. Oh no. I did some bad things to the game, you guys. Alright. Did we even get the high score here? No, we didn't. Was he fucking around with the Thin Man? The secret take. I know it's not cool. I love this Alien Ant Farm song. You can't take that away. You can't take it away from me. Don't break my... Don't break... They're hot. What's the deal with this? There's something with the... I can't remember what it is. There's something with the hot dog. Oh. This game's fucked up. I forget. I don't know what's going on here, but that tree is... Those are signs. Those are straight up street signs. Oh, that's funny. In fact, why don't I just... Yeah, something's not right here. Let me switch for just a minute. All right. Are there any core options we could do here? Increase compatibility. Trying to go through the, I mean, I guess I could show this, why not? Trying to go through the RetroArch settings here. I don't know what could be causing this glitch, and it makes me a little bit worried about what we're going to see in future levels here. I'll show you why. Oh, why can't I? Oh, I don't think I'm in the game. Oh. Some of that got better. Not quite. I don't understand. I don't get it. Oh wait, it's just randomly loading textures. So before it was a parking sign. I don't like this. All right. We're seeing the world through Rodney Mullen's eyes. See, now we get... Is that the proper trees? Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a bit distracted. What's our goal here? Let's get some points. Maybe get the trailer hop. And then we'll see how we go. I don't want to be in this level. All right. All right, let's just pop out 20,000 points real fast. I don't have much to say about Suburbia, besides the weird glitches that we're seeing. The Game Boy version of this level I actually think to be better. Okay, that's a hint to one of the goals. But we're almost to a 6 score. All right. Wait, was that just the pro score? Oh, no. Okay, we got to get 200K. We can do that. Now, in these earlier Tony Hawk games, the best way to get a good score, I think, before they introduced like the manual tricks, which became something of a crutch in some of those later games, is to find a whole bunch of places to grind. Okay, this is it. All right, can I? No! Oh, man. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we're just going to... cut our losses right here. All right. So, let's go to the airport. And if we don't get any terrible, terrible visual glitches... see what we got there. The airport's one of the more iconic levels of Tony Hawk's, of Tony Hawk 3. The difficulty requirements in these earlier games actually get sort of intense. I think anyways. Oh, crooked grind. Okay, visit 10 countries. We just gotta destroy the flags. Getting the tickets is fun. Maybe we'll do that one first. Oh no, not the airport pickpockets in their stereotypically like robber outfits. So the thing about the tickets is if we bail or if we get stopped, we are going to drop them. We have to start over. Yep, see. And also, we're going to drop the tickets if we go through any metal detectors. They'll security, or so they say, will take them away for us. So we got to not bail, and we got to not go through any metal detectors. That cop, or I guess security guard there, would also cause me to drop the tickets. Harder than it looks. And we unfortunately skip some cool songs while we do that. Surprised I'm still on Twitch. Holy indeed. All right, we gotta launch off this. All right, we did it. All right, then we gotta go down here. What the? That was such bullshit. Oh, God. Screw this game. So the airport is sort of built on the tradition of some of the earlier linear levels, mostly from the first Tony Hawk game. I don't think they put any in the other, or the second one, right? Where is my skateboard buddy? He's down here somewhere, isn't he? Is he? I thought he was down here somewhere. Maybe he's just up on the second floor. Everyone's running away from the crazed skateboarder terrorizing our airport. Where is this guy? Oh, he's stopped the pickpocket. This is stumping me. Because I know it's super boring watching me skate around an empty level looking for one guy, but location seems to have eluded me. Maybe I gotta go through the other part of the level. Oh, there's a couple places you could be. There's one, you could be through here, right? And I think that doing this is going to get us through at least one of our goals. Is that a goal? I don't remember why you do that. Is either, unless he's in one of the bathrooms. Alright, well, maybe we'll luck out. So yeah, this level takes after the linear levels of mostly the first game, the downhill jam and the mall levels of sort of linear, downhill focused levels. Which I actually I don't think is inherently bad, and I think the airport here is probably one of the better ways to do it. You have a couple of interesting things, you have obstacles to avoid, you have an area down here that's fun to skate by itself. I think the weakness, right, is that you can't really go back up. They fixed that later on in the games, or in like the series, but in this first iteration here, you sort of just like are stuck down here, which is all right, I guess. The level's short enough that it doesn't really feel like it's a big deal. Get some of these other ones here. 8, and we should be able to get 10 on our way around. Alright. Flags are dead. You figure the E would have to be around here somewhere. Before I restart the level, I'm just going to do one more trip around here just to make sure that he's not back here. Man, this kind of upsets me. I think I'm more used to... Was this level in Tony Hawk's Underground 2? In their, like, classic mode? Yeah. Yeah. He's down here at the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go back and hit K in time. That's okay. Man, this one's tough. Alright. Let's stop screwing around. Man, these games are way less forgiving. Alright. Be able to clean up this level. Alright. Okay, let's get the E, and then the T is going to be on the spiral staircase on the other side of the level. Alright. Let's get the score. It's gonna be hard. There's not a ton of places to actually get a bunch of points in this portion of the level. Did you hear that? Oh, flight 666. Man, this series was just filled to the brim with juvenile humor. I mean, I guess I can't fault it too much. That is, like, very era appropriate, right?
We're gonna miss our flight.
Not the flight. 300 points. Oh, there's the skater. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, this game... Oh, I'm not quite as confident in my ability to just bang out 40,000 points. Alright, we can do it. We can do it. As with all these games, the... No! Woo! Yeah, a little bit of Crash FM vibes. This is Crash FM. Was that Burnout? You gotta get to Petaluma. Oh, that doesn't do anything in this version. So I think this has something to do with the... This has something to do with the secret tape, I think. But I cannot for the life of you tell you what that is. There's a reason to do it. In the goals list, maybe it's just... Okay, no, never mind. Just a cool gap you can do. We know where our buddy is. This is why I don't do grab. This is why I don't do grab tricks in this game. They just take too long. That's not true. I'm just being bad. Give it where it's due. I tried to do one just to prove that I could. I couldn't. All right. Let's just do a nice, boring run. Already almost an hour through the stream. I didn't hit the tickets. That's okay. We're going for a score. All right. So, I mean, I will say it again. I'm making it way harder on myself by not using the special tricks. In fact, why don't I just look? Okay, so we got a gazelle, underflip, up, down, square. The spin is always unpredictable. There was always certain special tricks I always liked using because they put you back in the same position that you started out with. So if you could reliably time spins and stuff by time instead of by pure visual feedback. Whereas some of the harder tricks, like for example the sack tap, which I don't think is in this game, or at least I think it might be a special trick in this game, put you almost perpendicular to where you were at, so it was really hard to get good spin because you had to account for the spin that the trick would give you. And when I did, for example, that gazelle underflip, oh, never mind. It put me exactly 180 degrees. I was just bad again. All right. 40 points. Or 40,000. It's doable. Doable and achievable. 4,000 points. Doable and achievable. Doable and achievable. It's doable and achievable, guys. Both of them. I have to smile, otherwise I would scream. We unlocked the next level yet? I'm kind of tired of this one. I do not remember where the secret tape was, and that's extremely frustrating to me. I think it's on this top of the like flag area. I mean, I know it's not a particularly original joke, right? Like, Airplane did it, but just like the airport announcer saying funny things will just never not be great. And then he kicked my ass anyways. All right. What do we got? Is that enough? It is enough. Okay. So, we are going to take a trip onto Skater Island. Skater Island's the second of our competition levels and my personal favorite of them. It's just a simple skate park, right? It doesn't... I don't think this is anywhere. But there's a couple of cool secrets, or at least one cool secret that we can take a look at. So same rules apply. We got a minute per run. We got 3 runs. Our top 2 scores will be counted. Whoever has the best of those 2 scores wins the competition. But if I can do this now, which is annoying because we got to do this every time, or like once every competition, is if I grind this flag here. I grind this Pittsburgh Pirates flag. And it's impossible to do it. Maybe you gotta do it from the other side. So, long story short, if we grind that flag, we unlock a new part of the level outside where we get some cool stuff, cool things to skate. I think that's probably our best bet to do it from here. Yep. This is much easier. There it is. Ahoy! There ought to be more skating outside. And, like it said, Look at that. The cannonball blew a hole straight through the wall. How exciting. Now I'm going to hit retry because I have to know if that stays. It does not. Oh, no, it does. Okay. We only got to do it once. Now the real competition can begin. Make a wish, make a succotash, wish. Told you I liked it. Oh, that always, that part of the half pipe always screwed with me. Because you have to hold down the grind button, otherwise that gap in the middle, it'll let go. And if you're not holding it, you're just gonna, like, you're just gonna bail straight out. All right, let's see if we can hit this gap, maybe. Nope. Maybe. All right. I don't know how much 113 is going to get for us. 91. It's all right. That's going to be about the minimum that we're going to be able to do, though. Also, as fun as that outside area is, I think all the good lines are still inside. Which I guess if you're going to make a secret area, right? I guess that should be how it is. You don't want it to become, like, mandatory. I mean, unless it's that type of game, you know. I always, one of my favorite ways that Tony Hawk is described is a 3D platformer on a skateboard. And I think a lot of the design ethos, like, comes from that sort of frame of mind. And when you think about it like that, I don't know, the secret areas become cool, and they almost sort of make sense, right? Like, of course there'd be secret areas. I just reverted on nothing. All right, one more good combo. We don't have trick variations yet. All right, that should get us a good score. Pulled it out there at the end. All right, now I don't think we actually need to play this third one, so maybe let's just go see how many of these stat points we can get before our time is through. Did I already point this one out? Did I already point this song out as one of my favorites? Because this song is one of my favorites. Or at least one of the ones that is more memorable for me. Like, I look at this game, or I hear this song, and I think of, like, not only Tony Hawk, but, like, my childhood. Which is really weird, because, like I said, this was not one that I played, like, a lot. I'd say 4 and Underground were sort of my, like, the games that I played. Man, I'm really beefing it. Okay. Any out here? There's one over there. Oh, come on! Are they going to make it? Come on. Yes, 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 I can do it! No! Oh, man. Almost. Almost. Gotta love it. All right. Whatever. We got enough. I don't care. All right. 2 more levels. Yeah, Zach. Here's the sound effect for clearing an objective. This one. Yeah, it's like Ratatouille. Just flashback. Just drop my skateboard. I drop my Xbox 360 controller onto the plate. Okay, this is also an iconic level, and I sort of don't know where to start. Maybe let's just do the thing. And Oh, I want that stat point. But I also want to get onto the highway. Can I do both? No, not yet. I gotta cause the earthquake first. Alright, so to cause the earthquake, we gotta grind 4 rails. One of them's gonna be this rail. And this is something you would never know unless you've done it a million times by trial and error. It's honestly sort of one of the ways that they pad out this game. Oh, it was the other one. I don't remember where the other rail I gotta do is. I think it's on the side here? Yeah. And then here we go. And once we do these 4 rails here, you're gonna see something special. Earthquake. Oh no! Look at the highway! Okay. Well. Let me do what I was going to show you now that we got the earthquake. Aha! I see that car dangling over there precariously in the top right corner. We gotta free it. We have to help. We have to help. Mission accomplished. We helped. Just another normal day in Los Angeles. Alright, what are our other goals? So we collect skate, we can get the secret tape. We also got to go back up to the highway to do that. Burial kickflip the tower rails gap. I don't think that I'm gonna do that one. Alright, now, do we even have enough metal to get up here? Yes, we do. Alright, we got the secret tape. We can get the free ballin'. Alright. And in record time. Oh, where is that tower rails gap? I don't remember. Ah, whatever. Getting the score should be enough to unlock the levels. What do we gotta get? 350? 400. All right. Oh. Oh no, I got super excited. I thought this was Big Shots by idea and abilities, but no, that is going to be on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. You will experience me rapping the entirety of Big Shots when that date comes to do that. Ah! Man. I can't tell if I used to be way better at this, or if the later games are just so much more forgiving in terms of like inputs and stuff. Whenever we end up playing American Wasteland, that game gets absolutely nuts. That was the game right before they decided that they have to take like right before they decided they had to like overhaul it. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be getting the 6 score in this level. Sort of over this. This level, I mean, Los Angeles was, there's some cool stuff, but it was never one of my favorites either. Maybe I can just try to get maybe I'll try to get the letters and we'll see if that gets us to the next level. Because what I'm more interested in, now that we've passed the hour mark here, is the ports of Tony Hawk games, because I find the ports endlessly fascinating. Just the way that they crammed these games onto systems that could not and were not able to support them is just nothing short of fascinating, I think. There's E. Where's T? Missed. There's T. Okay. Alright, I mean, it's more than enough to get those. The trees load in this level. I don't know what it was about Suburbia. That was weird. And the house. Alright. Here's T. Alright. And with that, we're going to see how far we get. That's enough to unlock our last level. 2 more levels. We're going to go back to the dreaded Suburbia for just a moment. We can get 200. We can heel flip the trailer hop. Dog! Oh, the texture house is funny. Which is just hilarious to me, because it seems like it's the only thing in the game that's been getting these glitches. I think texture replacements is one of my favorite glitches in video games. I don't know if I've said this. I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream. Oh, we're no longer dogs. We're that. I think it's a piece of graffiti. Graffito. T. T's over here. Yep. And then we got to go on the terrible house. Oh no. To get skate. Okay, great. Now, if we heel flip the trailer, we should be good. Now, I don't know if I've told this story before, but I used to be obsessed with, I don't think that quite counted. I used to be obsessed with the skate games, right? Specifically Skate 2 at the time. And the fun thing about Skate 2 is that they made a bunch of DLCs for it, right? That game was very well supported, the 3 as well. But one of the things that was always very interesting was that the DLC was not to the same standard of like QA, let's say, that the rest of the levels were. And so here, let's just end it. I don't want to sit through the cameras. Out of bounds glitches were very common, is basically where I was going with this. You could get out of the bounds pretty much whenever. And Skate 2, and as far as I can tell, I can't find any evidence that this exists other than my my experience. Chat says the Skate DLC was more of Knights of the Nine than Shivering Isles. I'd agree with that. I mean, I guess I wouldn't. The DLCs were actually really good. It's just they had a bunch of stuff like that you could get out of bounds. And I can't find evidence of this on the internet. I think it's just because Skate was pretty niche by itself. The DLCs of that even more niche, and glitch hunting in the DLCs for the Skate game probably just too niche. But outside of one of the DLCs, it was actually Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. You could get outside of the map, and you could explore like a city level, right? And you know how it goes. You get outside of the map, and you see the assets that they placed sort of in the background, and you sort of see weird intersections where like objects that they placed and sort of hid, that sort of stuff. But one of the coolest things about Skate was that so much of it was explorable. And I think that this is actually part of the reason why I find it so fascinating, is because just because so little evidence of it exists. But there was a texture glitch right there, sort of like the house that you see right now, right? But it was of an entire street, and it just cycled through all of the road signs, like the caution sign and the pedestrian sign, and also and that sort of whole thing. And it almost felt like, and I know how this is going to sound, right? But it almost felt like you were exploring like the edge of the universe, sort of like that. You hit the edge of Minecraft, and now you start to see the world break down. I don't know about anybody else, but I think that is such a cool feeling, just to see, like, it has to be like some sort of movie that I saw as a kid or something like that, that like instilled this in me. But I still think that's really cool. I don't know that I have much more of a point to this story other than that, or much of an end to it, but when I saw the texture glitch in Suburbia, that's what it sort of reminded me of. So here we are in Tokyo. This is the last level of the game. It is another competition level. This one's fun. I like it probably better than Rio. It's really colorful. It's really fun to look at. The combo lines are actually really well thought out, despite it being a small level. So, same as before, we got a minute to get a bunch of points. Now, this one's going to be tough, I think, because we were bumping right up against those score limits in Skater Island. Not score limits, but, like, we were not head and shoulders. I mean, I guess we don't have to get gold, right, to beat the game. You just have to place... But yeah, Tokyo's pretty neat. There's also another hidden area that hopefully we could take a look at in just a little bit. We got the judges in the cage. 95 is a pretty decent score. I love this shot of like the skater sitting down, and it was only in this game. They sort of abandoned this format in 4, and 1 and 2 didn't really have it, but just this is iconic. Just like the skater sitting cross-legged. All right. That was a good start. This game is cruel. It just like... Everyone just laughed at me for bailing. How mean. About 200K should be enough to secure us a first place finish. All right. That should do it. Gonna end our run here. We're gonna maybe see if we can't show off the secret area a little bit, and we're gonna call that the game. Now, to be honest with you, I don't quite remember how to do it. I think it has to do with one of the billboards to our side here. Here, maybe? Or maybe you have to go down here. There's something you have to grind. It's like a wire or something. Not these. Although I used to love just doing this as a kid. This is a good way to end your combo if you haven't, or like begin a combo if you haven't done a bunch of grinds, because you get like the points and then you can add the multiplier onto it. I think it's to our left here. Now we do something from here, I think. Well, we'll end the... maybe there. We'll explore that next time. Congratulations. Thanks, me. Oh, we gotta watch the Pro Bales movie. Oh, yeah. I used to love these when I was a kid. Like, I thought this was the coolest shit for winning this game. I was so excited to watch these. This was like before like YouTube was readily available, right? Like in 2001 or 2, I forget. It was one of the two. I couldn't exactly just whip out my phone and like watch skate videos. So this really ignited my love of skateboarding that I never really did anything with in real life. All right. Enough of that. We got another movie. All right. Sorry, Rodney. Not watching your movie. I think I'm probably... we don't need to see the secret area. It's a secret area. You know how they go. It's a bunch of futuristic-looking pools and stuff. Get a bonus level. We're going to check it out for a little bit. We won't do the whole thing. Let's do a quick skate around. Before we check out some of the other versions of Tony Hawk 3 we have for us today. Yep, cruise ship. This is a fun little bonus area. There's not a whole lot of reason to do it unless you're chasing 100% goals, but it's just, man, the era of like this really cool shit that happens at the end of a game is just, I don't know. It's easy to get nostalgic. I shouldn't. Okay, that's easy to get nostalgic and say, you know, they don't make them like they used to, but I don't know. There's just something to it. So yeah, this is the bonus level. It's a cruise ship. We got goals. We're not going to do very many of them. I'm trying to remember what the gimmick to this level is. Oh yeah, the lifeboats. So if we, I think, go back over here, there's going to be like a showroom we can go into. Yeah, over here. And then I think, yep, you see that fan? If we do this, that's going to go like that. Then we're going to unlock a... Well, actually, not quite yet. That's still fun. That's still fun. It's a fun moment. I love it. And we unlock the nets down here. We can grind on them. Oh, our widescreen patch didn't initialize. Okay, there it is. Yep, and then if you climb on the net, you die. So yeah, it's a fun little bonus thing. It's a cool reason to, a cool little reward for what you thought was finishing the game. Now, let's end our run. Oh, I think there was one more thing we could have done, but you know, it's getting a bit long in the tooth. We got more to look at. Because what you just saw was the PlayStation 2 version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. That is not the only version of the game they made. I'm going to load up something different. We're going to take a look at the PlayStation 1 version of the game. Yeah, that's right. This was several years. Actually, not several years. This was right when the PS2 came out. Was it a launch title? I can't remember if it was a launch title or very shortly after, one of the two, but one of the very first games for the PlayStation 2 that was like this big marquee thing, right? So, but of course, like they do nowadays, they ported it back. All right. Oh, you hear that? That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be playing the PlayStation 1 version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And we're going to deafen ourselves while doing it. Randy says on a scale of Shadow of Mordor to Breath of the Wild. Sorry, I spoiled the illusion. Chat says, oh my god. I gotta lower that even further. What kind of port quality are we looking at? Very bad. We'll see. I mean, I say very bad, but it's like you know when they make like FIFA, like when they made like FIFA 14 for the PlayStation 2, after a certain point they just stopped putting effort into it. That's sort of how this version of the game goes. In fact, it's like the music is actually, they did a pretty good job of the music. I respect these PS1 ports. There's a lot of love put into them, despite how terrible it is. Like, they tried to put the Creative Skater in here. They did try. I think it's probably going to be very similar to the 1 and 2. Yeah, see, which is, it's really weird playing this game, because it is this really weird cross-section of nostalgia, at least for me. I imagine for a lot of other people probably, of like the center of nostalgia for Tony Hawk 3 and the one for Tony Hawk was like 2. I'll start a new career. We're probably not going to play through all of this. All right, let's go with our man, Rodney. He looks a little worse for wear compared to the PS2 version, but, you know, he's still doing all right. Now, let's see how the Foundry, let me raise this up a bit, compares to the Foundry of our beloved PlayStation 2. Spoiler alert, I played a little bit of this just to make sure that it worked, and well, the comparisons are kind of grim. Let's hit X to play. So here we are, playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 for the PlayStation 1. We get a sick instrumental version of Ace of Spades. You know, it's not unplayable? Oh, it's not an instrumental. It's not good. But like, if you I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of someone who played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 back in the late 90s, and they really liked them, right? And like, they had a PlayStation 1, and that's just what they had. And so mom and dad went out for Christmas to the, I don't know, Toys R Us or wherever you went and bought games, and picked up a copy of. What I'm thinking is that it looks perfectly in line with 1 and 2. If that's all you wanted was more levels for the skateboarding game you liked, this probably did it. But it, like, the draw distance is like fascinating to me though, because it, like, they put in the revert, so, you know, like, they put in some love to this port. What's our 6 score? 75,000. They did definitely. They knew what they were doing, and they made the scores way easier, which I think is funny. This is, like, if it looks bad to play, it actually kind of feels even worse. Like, it's so swimmy. Ah, we didn't quite get there. That's okay, though. How does it handle Canada? Well, hopefully we're going to find out. All right. But the goals are a little bit different, right? We don't get 50/50 TC's valve. We get activate press, grind the control booth. It doesn't have the interactive things like the lava fountain. Like the lava fountain, or when we get into LA, we're not going to see the super robust like car crash. But we can see maybe if we can't get that secret tape. So the fun thing is, like Tony Hawk 2, this game keeps the big drop mechanic. where I bailed because I didn't hold X. That was something that was introduced in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and only that game. But they kept it in, which I think is a really cool thing. I don't know. It's just sort of a weird mix of things that I enjoy. All right. The draw distance is something else. It makes me feel like I'm playing this makes me feel like I'm playing Tony Hawk's 3 like in a dream almost. Okay, well that is the secret tape. But we did miss. See, like we're back to like, oh, we can grind the control booth. You know, although like I've only been playing this for a couple of minutes here, and I'm already getting like a better feel of it. So like they tried, right? Like you grind the control booth, and this thing appears like to grind on. It's like, I don't know. I have a weird amount of respect for this. Like it's easy to trash on, and I get why. But you know, it's neat. We'll check out the next level here. Loading times leave a little something to be desired. The second level, that's right, Los Angeles. Los Angeles and Tokyo are switched around in this version. I guess they figured, my guess is that Canada actually probably ran so bad that they didn't want it to be the second level in the PS1 game. That has been my theory of this game for a good long while. But welcome to Los Angeles. It is something else. And like, you can tell that like the devs of this game were most certainly being set up to fail, right? It's like you're being told, here's the engine that we made a game on, right? Tony Hawk 2. And then you're telling them, here's a bunch of levels that we made for the PlayStation 2. They're giant. Put these on the PlayStation 1, please. And like, they tried. Soundtrack's still good. Say what you will, at least the PlayStation 1 ran on CDs. And you know what CDs are good at? Playing audio files. All right. We got to do the... I wasn't actually even looking at the goals. Do we got to do the rails? Transformers shut down, grind the electric rail, elevator grind. Kickflip over the elevator lobby. What's this about an elevator? Oh god, this is impossible. Let's see if we can go find that elevator they're talking about, because it seems like it's a little bit... something a little bit different. Ooh, yeah, look at this. This is new. So yeah, in the PS2, like this is an area where they actually expanded on it as opposed to the PS2 level. They knew they didn't have to use that space for like a special event. Take that, N64 truthers, says the chat. Yep. It's actually funny. I would have loved to. I don't think they backported this to N64, but they made N64 versions of Tony Hawk's 1 and 2. And the soundtrack was sad, we'll just say. Sponsored by Nokia. I still don't know where the electric rail is. Does this level just start out crashed? Is that what this is? Oh no, I don't know how to get up there. I can't just roll up there. Oh, I can't just do that either. Alright, I think I need to be special. Yes. No! I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it, gang. Tip, unlock levels by completing goals. Thanks. Thanks, game. Alright. I desperately want to get up there. It's like, I want to see more levels of this game, but I don't want to do any of the goals. Are there cheats for this game? I'll look if there's cheats. Alright, yep. To enter codes, pause the game. We're going to hold L1, and we're going to enter the cheats as follows. Oh no, there doesn't appear to be a level. Well, we can maybe do. Maybe we can give ourselves max stats. That do anything. Square, triangle, up, down, right, up, square, triangle. Oh, it shook. Did you see that? We should have max stats. Your special, always 100. Triangle, right, up, square, triangle, right, up, square, triangle. Oh, okay. All right, we did it. Anything else we can do? Perfect balance mode, that'll help out. Up, down, up, triangle, X, triangle. All right. Extra points, that'll help. Right, square, circle, right, square, circle, right, square, circle. That one's hard. Remember, you can modify your stats, tricks, and decks. Do this now. No. All right, maybe that'll be enough. All right, yep. So we're going to cheat. Holy cow. I will say the stats in this game seem to make a huge difference. Alright. Did we unlock enough? I don't think we did just yet. I think we got more to do. 2 more goals. It's just a shame because literally none of these goals are the same, and thus I don't know how to do them. Secret tape we might be able to do if we can get up on the building. Ooh. Excuse me. Let me adjust my mic. Alright. Can I get over there? I have to be able to get over there. Holy cow. This is insane. Okay, at least they don't make you jump. Oh, that's gonna be the electric rail. Maybe we can grind that. Oh, do we gotta like go over there? There it is. What did that do? Holy cow. This is kind of cool. It's a shame that you need max stats just to make this more or less playable. But, you know, let's try out Rio. The Rio Ruckus. It's really funny because I don't even think they use that branding in the PS2 version. It's just you're playing Rio. So it's like, this one's pretty faithful, right? You just really go up in the air, though, when you have that air stats. So besides the draw distance, this level's actually pretty good. I'm really making some good mileage out of that, really making some good mileage out of that perfect balance cheat. So the only consolation is that because this is a minute long, I don't actually think that this game's going to expect much from me. And what little it expects, I'm not going to reach. Maybe I can salvage this a little. Do the same exact thing I did in the other version. All right. Well, that was a poor showing. Good enough for a 92, though. Oh, no. It struggled with that. There must be some computation there that's taxing. I'm coming around. Alright. We're gonna wait 10 years for them to think about what everyone else is getting. And that should be... They don't, but they have this. This is cool. We got a custom gap. Then when we go over here, it's just going to be nothing. Yep. Oh, that's cool. They put some thought into it. Into that invisible wall. Alright. Oh, do I gotta do the whole thing? Do I gotta end these individually? I lose. Good day, sir. All right. Suburbia. The worst level in the worst version of this game. I have to play more than 4 levels now, or else Randy in the chat's gonna be right. And call me out. So this level is probably one of the most different ones. Simply because I just think it was so big. Like, I think they had to do a lot of work to, like, shorten this level down that would fit on this platform. Like, look at this. You don't even go to the house. The house is just, like, behind a fence. That's kind of cool, though. How's this part of the level? Oh. I don't think they, I don't know. For some reason, they either couldn't or like ran out of time or didn't want to put like the pool and stuff. Oh my god. Wait, how do I get the tape in this level? This is actually like kind of cool. I love this. And not because I think it's actually like super good or anything. It's just so different. Like, does this level end, I think? Like, I don't think this level has the, like, backyard portion. Oh, it does. Or no, it doesn't. It just cuts right into the, like, trailer park. Man, man, it's just, it's cool. Oh, no, never mind. Gotta get all these dishwashers. I don't think I'm gonna get them in 10 seconds. Alright. Well, we're getting the lay of the land. Appall the appliances, they say. Disrespect the dishes. Ice the ice cream man. I don't know. It's like I just play this, and unlike the PS2 version, like it's decent, but it's just like no part of this game makes me go like, ooh, this is a blast. Like, it's all right. That's about as much as I can say. If you liked Tony Hawk 2 and you wanted more of it, this would have done it. All right. I think I've about had my fill. I think I'm going to let Randy take the W on this one. I play 4 levels. I'm going to say this game is terrible. Let's move on. We're back for about a couple seconds. Oh, let me switch over to our last game of the evening. You hear it? That's right. We're going to be checking out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Now, unlike the PS1 version, this is a game I think is legitimately rad. I've played this a ton on the Game Boy Advance, and I know that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the one that everybody sort of goes nuts over. But this game is basically that, but better. And it's a shame because nobody really talks about this one. We get our pixelated messes of of our character here. Like, you can kind of see like the cargo, like the camo pants, and like that T-shirt that has like, what is that? The Element, I think, logo on it. Like, you can see it. It's fun. So, the way this game works is that it's an isometric game. Oh, I need to lower this on my side. All right. Yep. Okay, so it's isometric, and the Game Boy only had 2 buttons. So you have B to jump, and on the Game Boy, you had A, which functions as the grind. But yeah, that's basically the controls. Everything else is more or less the same. You can manual. So the way you do your tricks, right, is that on the PlayStation versions of the game, you hold square to do your flip trick, and you hold circle to do your grabs. In this game, that's not going to work. You use the L and R buttons of your GBA to do those instead. So if I want to flip, I have to hold down, and on this controller I'm using L1, but like I'm hitting this combo, left and L1. R1 does the grabs. But the thing that you don't necessarily get just from looking at it is that, unlike the PS1, this is responsive as hell. This is snappy in a way that that other game just isn't. So we're gonna check out a couple of the levels here, I think. The grab button also counts as your grind. I'm trying to remember what the revert is. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't remember. No, grind is definitely A. Oh, and this is very nice. You know what? I might try to do a little bit of rebinding. Why don't you actually join me for this? Maybe we might be able to change the controls. So yeah, instead of a turbo A, I think I'm going to use this. I'm actually going to put it just as A. For grinding, I'm going to put this instead of A. I'm going to put it. The only problem. Oh no, this actually works. That's going to be R. That's going to be L. That's going to be A as it was, and then that stays B. And maybe we can sort of hack our way into something that's more of a traditional Tony Hawk game. Okay, so yeah. That's fun. Okay, this is instantly more playable on a modern system. In fact, if you end up ever playing this game, I don't know why you would, but if you ever did, remap your controls. Makes a world of difference. So, as far as our goals, we're obviously just going to get high scores here, and maybe we'll focus on that first. But we also have the same amount of things. You can tell this is the Foundry, and this actually is a fairly accurate version. To be honest, I can't really tell. In my mind, I've always just viewed these as almost as like separate levels, like sort of loosely themed. Like, obviously, once again, much like the PS1 version, they couldn't render out things like the giant lava buckets and the car crash and, you know, all the same stuff again. So they have to try again to make something different, and they, I think, succeed probably more so than the PS1 devs did. I don't even know what my... So we still have TC's rail, which is really funny because it's in like a different location, but 50-50 still counts. We have 2 more valves. I think there's one on the wall. Or no, one of our goals I think is to wall ride the wall. Which we do by grabbing onto it because I think it shares a button with the right bumper. Nope, it's the grind button. Alright. So, there's valve number 4. Oh, and the problem is I don't know where the other one is off the top of my head. We got that one, we got that one. Maybe it's over here? Oh, unless it's that one in the center. Did we get that one technically? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we got the one up on the right, we got the 2 up on the right wall, we got that one in the middle, and then we have one mystery one. As far as goals, we got skate, unjam the valves, drain the molten pools. Alright. Chat says, as someone who's only played these games on a PlayStation, the idea of playing it on a GBA is wild to me. It is wild, which is why it's even more wild that this game is actually like, these games are amazing. These games were developed by Vicarious Visions, who did amazing work for years on these GBA ports. And they eventually got rewarded by being handed the keys to the studio, basically, to make Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. So the modern Tony Hawk game, 1+2, made by these guys, They knocked it out of the park. And then they got dissolved by Activision to work on Call of Duty or some shit. So, you know, truly tragic, honestly. Where's that fifth valve? There it is. Okay, we can do this. Because I think that's how we get the secret tape. Do that. Do that. That's a Bobby Kotick move if I've ever seen one. It sure is. Take one of your most beloved developers and one of your best franchises who knocked it out of the park and fucking get rid of them. Man, it just makes me so mad. Alright. Now, I don't know if this stuff sticks around level to level. I'm going to try to do this real quick. We teleport up here. This game is so good! Well, hopefully we can just take another crack at that and we don't have to do the whole thing again. Okay, great. So yeah, and so like you get this whole extra area. They put a lot of love into the the Game Boy Advanced versions of these games, and I think it shows. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is how you get the secret tape in this level. Yep. Oh, I missed. It's a fun gap, though. I think I might have been able to jump straight up there. So I think maybe the intention behind that. Yeah, but screw it. Oh, I think I need to be special. Or I need to have more stats, but I think getting special should be able to help. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yep. Aha! And now we get a little area up top. Just like the PS2 game, it's the area up top above the And then if we grind this, or maybe just lip trick it. No, we gotta lip, I think. Are there lip tricks in this game? Yep, we did it. Now we get the pools. That's a cool little bit. And we got the tape. All right. Now, you will notice the list of levels in this game is real low. They only put 6 of them. So we skip levels like Canada. We don't get to go there in this one. We also don't get to go to Skater Island either. But we do get to go to Suburbia. So, our goals here, we got the high scores. We got to find hidden tape again. Flex skate. Heel flip. They couldn't put the trailer in, so they got to do the pickup hop. There's the pumpkins again. The Thin Man's back this time. And Feed the Hungry Hobo is a goal exclusive to this game, and it's always going to cause me to screw up when playing the PS2 version of this game because I always go to get the hot dog, and you don't need to get the hot dog. It's just for this game. This game is legitimately awesome, guys. Alright, now I gotta bring the hot dog to the hobo. And like the tickets in the airport, we have to do it without bailing. Easy enough. The hobo I think is over here. I think? I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember going back here, really. Where is this guy? Over here somewhere? Oh my god. Well, we got the axe. We can at least help out the thin man. I'm getting lost. No, we dropped the hot dog and the axe. No. That's okay, because we got the kick. We heel flipped over the pickup hop. Alright. I'll stop screwing around. Get the thin man his axe. It's just weird because you start at a different location too. They don't start you in the center of town. Well, actually, I think it's because there is no center of town. Take it. All right, we open the fence. So yeah, it's fun. You get the... Like it's a little bit different, a little bit the same. It's like it's all super cool. I don't actually remember if the secret tape is up here or not. It is, but the way they have to make this like house to accommodate the isometric perspective is wild. Do I have to go up there? Is this the secret tape? You'll notice that I never really did this on this map. All right. Well, let's see. I wanted to see about that hobo, but I can't find him. Hey, you know what? We got a new level. I don't know if I care. We're just gonna do a quick run. So yeah, you might have noticed me jamming along to the soundtrack here. So obviously you don't get the licensed soundtrack that you get on the PlayStation. I don't think that the soundtrack in this game is anything special, but just because I played this game a shitload, I'm recognizing all the tracks. All right. Let's just blast through this, see the next level, and maybe call it a day. $60,000 should be enough, but just in case. Right. That should do it. Let's skate around this next level. Oh wait, I got one more heat. Doesn't matter. We got the gold medal, guys. And we unlocked the airport. The airport in the GBA version of this game is really fun. This is also one I remember being fairly different. Yeah, this level is almost completely different. This is 100% a level that is called the airport, but just due to the nature, they could. I mean, obviously they could not put a level of that size onto the GBA. Oh, it's impossible to tell. How to land. And so you don't really get the like sprawling levels. You don't get like the multiple bathrooms. You might get one of those like metal detector jumps, but like you can see, I'm already sort of at the end of the level here. Or at least it's a lot less linear, right? Like it's not A to B in a way that the other ones are. Can I go down there? There's a way to get to the hidden area of this level. Like where the secret tape is at. And I forget how to do it. I think I gotta go through one of the like baggage claims, I think. I have vague memories of that being the case, but I don't know if that's true or not. Did I get the 6 score? No, 200. Yeah. Oh, you get a gap for... Oh, no! So, I'm always surprised every time I play this. And you figure at some point I would just learn, but... Every single time I'm always like, there's no way this game's good, right? It's a GBA Tony Hawk. It has to be super laggy and floaty. And then every single time I play this game, it's like, wow, this game's like actually awesome. Okay, there it is. I think I gotta go through one of those guys. That wasn't very nice. Is there one down here? I don't know where it would actually be. I could have swore it was through one of these things. Take a look around here. Is it... I gotta go up there? Is it right at the beginning here? Oh, I gotta bring the tickets. It's to the family this time. The family needs their tickets. Where are you, family? I have your tickets. The friendly skateboarder's here to save the day. You're gonna miss your flight to New Hampshire. I don't know where these guys are. Are you a family? Yeah, okay. That's a family. I really want to know how to get to the secret area. Is it here? Oh, maybe that one. Maybe I only went to the far one. I gotta go to this one? No. Huh. That is so odd. Oh well. Alright. What do we gotta do? Find the lost skateboard, crooked grind the south bench, grind over the airplane. But how do I get up to the airplane? Alright. Oh, that's literally my replay. That's cool. It's just still weird to me. Oh, do I gotta go up there maybe? I don't even know how I do that. Wall ride? Can I wall ride that? I might be able to. Oh no! That's gonna be tough. I don't know that I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do that. They always keep you like a certain level from the ground too, so it's not like I can like start an arc over there. It like will pull me down with gravity as well. Huh. Maybe. Maybe I can launch myself up there. Worth a try. Alright, for special. Go fast. Oh, we're close. My bean plant? Yes! Okay. I don't know if this is going to do what we want, but we're at least somewhere. Oh, there's this tape. Okay. So we found the tape, but we're in the opposite direction. We gotta go from this way back the other way. How do I do that? Can I grind this? Ooh, I can grind it. Okay. Okay. Yep. Oh no. A little finicky. We can do it. A little finicky, but I think we can do it. Alright. Build up a little speed, then we launch. Nope. Okay, we build up a little speed, then we launch. Okay, we build up a little speed, then we launch. Okay. No, seriously, we built up a little speed. Yes. We launched. Now we gotta not fall off the corner here. No! Oh, God, we missed the tape. Okay. That's okay. I wonder, we probably have enough goals to get to the next level anyways. I'm just being stubborn. I really want to see that secret area. I'm just going to end up looking it up. Alright. Try number 2. I don't know what else. Do we need to grind, maybe? Maybe I need to grind. Maybe I was just like a little too off in my angle. This is just a tough jump to get started. Because if you can lose your momentum so easily doing this. I'm getting the exasperated emoticons in the chat. People are tired of watching me screw this up. I'm tired of watching myself screw this up. Alright. We'll give it a few more tries. Alright, here we go. Did it! And I love how they made it so that it links into the bench grinds, which goes into the escalator. Man, they got combos. Alright. Alright. Well, that's enough for me to feel good about myself. Oh, it's not. I don't know. What else do we need? Not enough to unlock the next level. Well, maybe I'll just try to collect skate. Where's the letters? S, I think K is on one of these things down here. Yep. A is over here, maybe? A's either here or it's on, and like, see, that's the thing. Like you skate over here and you completely miss it because the camera is just not on your side. Limitations of the system, though. I'm not too upset. T should be here. I think it's on the other side of the escalator. And I think E is on one of the baggage claims. Oh, one of the goals is just do bags? That's easy enough. Oh, I think I got them all. Well, at the very least, we'll be able to get the bags. And there's E. Alright. Circle back around, and maybe that'll be enough to unlock LA. Not quite. This is harder than it looks. And the perspective's weird. Like, I keep thinking I'm gonna hit it, but then, okay, this is it. There it is. Alright. Still not enough. We can crooked grind the south bench. I don't know which one the south bench is, but I'm gonna assume I've played a video game or two in my life. South bench has to be at the bottom of the map. South is the bottom. Everyone knows this. I was right. Please be enough. Yes! Okay. Cool. We can look at LA. So how's LA compare? I think LA is actually somewhat, unlike the airport, is actually somewhat faithful to the original. You'll see a lot of landmarks. Like, I'm trying to find. This is where the balls would be. Like, there's the secret tape up above my head. There's the fountain. The fountain, known for grinding it 50 million times. You don't. Oh, they don't give you a gap in this version of the game. Yeah, I'm probably not going to finish this. I do want to look at Tokyo, but I'm thinking we're probably winding down here. Tokyo is actually fairly tame. It's pretty similar to the PS2 version, just isometric. There's not too terribly much to look at. Yeah. In fact, in order to do the earthquake in this one, we gotta do a bunch of gaps. It's not gonna be fun, so I actually think we're probably just gonna call it there. Get this music out of my ears, anyways. Oh yeah, we can upgrade our guy. Actually, I want to see. Oh, we can't view any of the movies. Oh, I have to know. I have to know before we leave if there's cheats for the Game Boy. Nope. Only unlockables, at least according to GameFAQs. That's alright. I do like that all versions of the game at least have this sick theme song. That's pretty iconic. Alright. One of my favorite touches is that changing the name of the level changes the name of the bus when you flip over it. But no. I remember I used to always go into the tutorial. In fact, why don't I just do that here? Into the practice, just because it was an extra level to skate in. There was only 6 levels. I literally used to skate around this area that they used to teach you how to play the game. It's a fun little thing. This is the era of our car trip was 5 hours and I had Tony Hawk 3 for the Game Boy Advance, so you bet your ass I was milking it for every last piece of content there was in it. Oh, well. Alright. I think that's probably enough. I'm glad I got a chance to take a look at those games. Tony Hawk 3 is a lot of fun, and I know it's sacrilege to say, but I think they only get better from here. So I thank you for joining me on this look of Tony Hawk 3 served 3 ways. The original title of this stream was going to be Tony Hawk 3 3 ways, but I think Twitch threw a fit when I tried to type that in the box. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, me. Thank you, you at home. This show would not be possible without the support of viewers like you. So until next time, until we're back with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and we will be at some point here, I wish you farewell. Take it easy, everybody.